Hi friends, what is up? How the heck are you? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Bridget and this is Winston. Today I thought that we would start a fun video slash challenge. Today is May 27th and including today we only have 5 days left in the month, but I still have 4 books on my May TBR that I have not read. If you watched my latest video, then you know that I'm in a little bit of a reading slump, but I kind of refuse to acknowledge it, so we are going to keep on trucking along. So for the next 5 days, I'm going to try to read and finish my TBR. I've only finished reading 3 books so far this month, and normally I read about 8 books a month. We're a little behind, but that's okay because we are going to catch up this week. The 4 books that I have left to read for the month are from my TBR jar video, where obviously I picked these books from the jar. Let's go through them real quick. So first we have First Time Caller. This is my current read. I started reading it last night and continued reading it this morning, and we will continue reading this today. But this is a new release from BK Borison, and it is a rom-com inspired by the movie Sleepless in Seattle, which I have not seen. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm about 100 pages in, and I'm excited to continue reading this. So this is giving me hope for finishing the TBR. Next, we have The Maid by Nita Prose. I did start reading this one. I'm about 50 pages in, and I might be DNFing this, but I want to give it a solid 100 pages before I actually make that decision. I don't think I love the female main character, who obviously is like the main character, so I think that's stopping me from wanting to read this book. But again, like I said, I will give it a solid 100 pages before I DNF it, but not looking good for this one. Next is Heavenbreaker by Sarah Wolf. This is a science fiction. This book I picked from the prompt, a book that was gifted to me, and my husband bought me this book. He is not much of a reader, but he had heard good things about this book. I definitely can't look at you in the face right now and tell you anything about this book, but I remember when I did read about it that it sounded good. So I am looking forward to reading this one. That's all I have to say about that. And finally, the last book is Catherine Center's The Bodyguard. I've had this book on my shelf for so long. This book I actually picked out of my jar that just has names of books from my TBR. So this was literally like I had to read this one. I have heard good things, and bestie Emily has been trying to get me to read this book for a while now. So it is time. I do want to read it, and I do think I'll enjoy it. I just need to get to it, you know? But like I said, we are starting off with First Time Caller by BK Borison. So let's see how much we can read of this today. I also want to preface this by saying I do work a part-time job. So I have things that I need to do throughout the day as well. So I'm not going to be able to dedicate all of my time to reading like most booktubers do. So this is definitely a more realistic, can I finish reading these in the next 5 days? We'll see. If you don't already know, this follows the male main character who is the radio host of a late night talk show, and the talk show is called Heartstrings, so it's a romance hotline basically, so people call in, ask questions, all that stuff. And the female main character is a mother whose daughter ends up calling in the hotline and says that she wants help with finding her mom a boyfriend, basically saying that her mom needs dating help. That's the premise, and it's so fun. I'm really enjoying it so far. I've read one other book by BK Borison and I really enjoyed it. I read In the Weeds, I think it's book 2 of the Love Light series. I didn't read the first book, but I read the second one, and I think that's fine. They're interconnected standalones, so obviously it did spoil some things for me for the first book, but it's a romance. You kind of know what's going to happen just from reading the back, so I don't think anything's majorly spoiled. But long story short, I really enjoy her writing, and this is the perfect book for me right now, I dare say. Good morning. I am here with Winston. I'm in bed. I'm still in my pajamas. I have not even washed my face for the day, so I'm pretty sure I have makeup under my eyes. Let me fix the camera a little. I think that's better. But as you saw, it is a very rainy day, and I was going to meet my friend for matchas. I was gonna say coffee, but we're definitely gonna get matcha. But we decided with the rain we're going to postpone. Bubby's has been very stressed, very anxious because he does not like a thunderstorm. So I've just been trying to keep him company. He likes to hide underneath my nightstand. So we've been chilling in here. I probably have like a quarter of the book left. I'm on page 287 now. Holy mackerel. I love this book so much. I think this might be a 5-star read. It's giving 5-star feelings. The story is just like so nostalgic, and it feels like a 2000s rom-com, but like it makes me feel nostalgic too. I'll get into all of that in my review at the end. The other thing, it also is reminding me of Brooke and Connor from Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast. And it's so cute imagining that Aiden and Lucy are Brooke and Connor. That's my update. It's still like pretty early afternoon right now. I love it so much, and I love Aiden and Lucy. Ugh. It's good. Hi. I may not look any different at all, but I have gotten ready a little bit, and I made some lunch. It's just like an open-faced chicken salad sandwich situation. I'm almost done. I'm so close to being done. This book is so good. I have some work I need to do with the computer, but I want to finish this book before I go do that, because I know while I work I'll just be thinking about this, and it's already 2 o'clock. So I'm gonna eat and read. I finished First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, and oh my god, I love this book so much. Immediate 5 stars. So good. As you saw, I made some cookies. I figured making cookies makes everything better, so I made some cookies, and I think I'm going to continue reading The Maid by Nita Prose. I am 34 pages into it. I want to get to page 100 before I decide that I want to DNF it, but there's a high probability that I will DNF this book, unfortunately. But if that's going to happen, I want to do that sooner rather than later. That is the plan. I will probably check back in tomorrow because it's already 9 p.m. almost. Good morning. It is the 29th. I have 2, 3, how many more days? How many days are there in May? I have 3 more days left in this challenge to see if I can finish my TBR. I finished 1 book. I just got ready. I'm just a girl getting ready, and I'm going to go to a coffee shop with my friend, and I'm gonna bring 2 books, and I have them packaged up and protected, you know. I did make this little bookcase thing, but first I'm bringing The Maid, which I did not read last night at all. So I'm still only 34 pages in it. I don't think I'm going to finish reading this book, but we'll see. I know I've said that a million times. Yeah, that button is falling off. Anyway, well, this book sleeve that I got from bestie Emily, this one is perfect because it fits hardcover books. But I'm bringing Heavenbreaker. And I'm bringing a pen and some post-it notes to take any notes, annotate it all if I want to. Is this excessive? Absolutely. Am I going to bring it anyway? Absolutely. I'm proud of myself for actually getting up and getting ready. I like took a shower and everything, and I'm early. It's like I don't have to leave for another 5 minutes and just kind of chilling, you know? I guess I can show you my outfit because I'm obsessed with it. I don't know if you can fully see. Okay, I think that's better. But this white shirt is from Abercrombie. It's like their baby tee, and I'm obsessed with it. I love how it fits. It falls at the perfect length where it's not too short and not too long. And then these pants are from Aerie. They have like ties on the side that I love, and they're so comfy and lightweight and cozy for like a summer. For Texas summer when it's like 100 degrees outside every day. These are perfect. Highly recommend. So you know that TikTok and that meme where like someone will walk in the room and be like, so how y'all doing? I feel like I'm having a moment like that. She does not like cuddles and attention like Winston does, in case you're wondering. But back to what I was saying. I did in fact go to the coffee shop with Andy, and I did not film anything. To be fair, I also did not read. So you didn't miss any reading. But I was gonna film a clip at the end of our time there, I guess. Like that was my plan. But I had a really fun visit from some brain goblins, as Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte likes to say. Willow's pushing things around. So I had a visit from some brain goblins, and unfortunately I am not yet equipped to face brain goblins in the way that I should, so we had to leave. And I also did not get my husband a chai when I told him I would get him a chai, but I needed to get out of that coffee shop pronto, so I ended up stopping at a coffee shop on my way home, a different one, to get him a chai. And that's just a day in the life of being a girl that is working through some mental health things. That was a lot of rambling that you didn't care about, but I did end up bringing 2 books with me to, I already told you this, I brought 2 books to the coffee shop, and I read 2 pages while I was waiting for Andy, but then she showed up, and of course as soon as she got there we just yapped the whole time. We call them, or I call them, maybe she does too, but yap sessions when we hang out, because all we do is talk. It's like we can plan to do other things and maybe we'll like do something else while we're together, but literally we just talk the whole time. Honestly, get you a yappy friend. I came home, got some work done after I centered myself. I also got a really fun package from Abercrombie. It's really fun for me, but I don't think anyone else would think it's fun. I got 6 different color variations of the same shirt, and I'm very excited about it. But we need to get focused because we only have 3 days left to finish 3 books, and it's already 4 p.m. and I have work to do tomorrow. I was talking to Andy about this book while we were there. It's giving Wes Anderson. This feels like if this were a movie, Wes Anderson would definitely direct it. I don't love that in general. I need to quit yapping to you. I've done enough yapping today. We need to read. But I also need to put on an ambiance on the TV. That is essential. It has, in fact, been a minute since I talked to you last. I do regret to inform you that it's 10 p.m. on Saturday, May 31st, meaning it is the last day for me to try to finish my TBR before the end of the month, and here's where we are ending off. So first of all, you guys saw I finished reading First Time Caller, 5 stars. I loved this book so much. It's so nostalgic, such a good rom-com. I love her writing, and this was an amazing time, and I'm so glad I read this book. And then I picked up The Maid by Nita Prose. I got about 100 pages in, and I am DNFing this. This book feels like I'm reading a Wes Anderson movie, which is not my cup of tea. It has very like flowery and specific descriptive writing. It's very descriptive, and also the descriptions that are in there are very particular. I have a quote that kind of encompasses this really well, so I wanted to just like quickly read this. Behind a giant mahogany desk sat the diminutive Mr. Snow. He stood to greet me the moment we walked in. Now, this next part is just one sentence. One sentence. When Mr. Preston discreetly padded out of the room, leaving us to our interview, I can readily admit that while my palms were sweating and my heart palpitated wildly, so enamored was I with the Regency Grand that I was bound and determined to land myself the coveted position of maid. That's too much. That's too much. I am DNFing this. I might soft DNF it because I am curious to see what the ending is, but it's like, I feel like I'd have to go through my entire TBR before I picked this book back up. Might end up unhauling this one. And then, without telling you guys really about it, I did start reading Heavenbreaker by Sarah Wolf, and I am currently like 150 pages into this one, and I'm really enjoying this. This has been so fun so far. This is a science fiction novel, and it's making me want to read more science fiction. I'm really enjoying this. My thoughts so far, though, are number one, I am having a hard time imagining some of the things just because I'm not used to the type of like, I don't know if language is the right word. It has like a specific science fiction language, if you know what I mean, of like describing things or certain objects, or like they're living in space. So like trying to imagine what their space, like backing up what their entire space station is, like how that looks. But I'm struggling to understand that. I don't think that, like, I'm kind of okay with that, if that makes sense. Like, I don't feel like I need to. Like, it's not so important to the story that I need to be able to picture these things. I'm okay with just continuing on and being like, well, maybe it'll all make sense one day. I do want to look up fan art for this. I don't know if there's as much fan art in the sci-fi world as there is in like romantasy and contemporary romance and fantasy books, but I would love to look up some fan art once I'm done and see if I can better picture where the heck this is taking place. The only other kind of thought that I'm having on this book so far is that I wish that I got more of the history of why the humans had to leave Earth. They're touching on it like very sparsely within the chapters, and I think this is like happening on purpose. Like, we'll probably learn more as the story goes, and I guess it's working because it's making me want to continue to read, but I just want to know everything. Like, that is so fascinating to me, is like the potentials of how humans have to leave Earth. So I want more of that, but I understand why I'm not getting it all at once. But yeah, I'm having fun following our female main character. It is multiple perspectives, which I'm really enjoying too. TLDR is this old guy is like helping her compete in competitions. I like the characters, and so we're following the older guy who's sponsoring her basically, and then there's 2 other perspectives so far. One of them is a perspective of an assassin, and then another one is a perspective of another noble that is also fighting in the competition or in the tournament. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. Already 150 pages in. I definitely will be finishing this book very soon, but not today, not before the end of May. So for the first time since literally last year, I will be ending a month with only having read 4 books. which is kind of crazy. But you know what? That's okay. May was a busy month. It was my birthday. It was Alan's birthday. We were traveling. It was a lot. We had visitors. So it's fine. But it was fun to try to finish them before. And technically, I still have one other book too, The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, that is on my Maid TBR that I am not finishing. And I'm not even gonna touch that book. That's going right back into my TBR cart, and we will deal with that another time. But yeah, so this was fun, and I definitely ended up reading more than I would have if I hadn't filmed this video. So life hack, pro tip, if you want to finish your TBR, maybe film yourself doing it and probably read more. Kind of failed a little bit at the end of the video here because I was not reading very much, but that's okay. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.